डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे मेथड्स विच आर वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर prediction of the function of a protein. In general molecular biology, when you identify or you isolate a protein, and that is none of your use until or unless you will not aware of the function of that particular protein. So how you will identify the function of the protein, that is very much essential. किसी भी अननोन प्रोटीन के फंक्शन को आइडेंटिफाई करना इट्स वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. क्यों है इम्पॉर्टेंट? अगर आपको उसका फंक्शन ही नहीं पता होगा देन देर इज़ अ नो यूज़ ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन. ओके, बट it is a very tedious process in molecular biology. Identification of protein function is very tedious process because the general phenomena of identification of a protein is very typical. The thing is like how you will identify what the function of your hand is doing. So if you want to know the function of your hand, you must tight the hand, अपने हाथ को बांध दें, and then you will find out what are the functions you could not performed because of the tidying of your hand. So when you do not perform such kind of function, you will understand the what is the actual function your hand was performing. Okay, like that. So if you want to know the function of any organ or any part or any protein, you must switch off the function and then see the what are the changes has occurred in the mechanism to identify the function of a protein. But this is, as simply I said, it is not that simple process. It is a very time consuming and very tedious process, and the result which you will get, sorry, the result which you will get, that is not always right. So to cope up this problem, bioinformatics play a very important role in the identification of a protein function based on the previously solved protein structure. So the probability of the result is good, or you can say it's very high. The accuracy of the result is very good. So how you can perform such kind of function or such kind of methods what are the methods you will perform to predict the protein function? So there are generally two main functions. One is like sequence similarity based, and other one is structure similarity. So sequence similarity means, you just try to understand here, sequence like this is a one sequence, this is another sequence, this is another sequence, and in this sequence suppose these regions are conserved. Okay, so you can say ki, and this is your unknown protein and this is known protein, so you can say ki yes, this function might have such kind of function. So this is a acceptable part. For that you can use either BLAST or FASTA. Most probably people use BLAST because BLAST is a most updated tool. It is a tool from NCBI. Okay, FASTA generally people not, it is depend on your choice, but BLAST is a highly accessible and highly used protein for tool for this particular function. Okay, but there is a thing is a structure based similarity. As I told you about the sequence, suppose this is the tertiary structure of that particular protein. Structure is mostly highly conserved in comparison to your protein sequence. So when you will compare the different kind of structures, and the results which you will obtain from all these three is much more acceptable in comparing to the result you will obtain from the structure. Okay, so this is the two phenomena, like there is a sequence based and this is a structure based. So these three structures, suppose just suppose like there is a what structure you will deduce from here, it is something like this, and from this you will identify the conserved part. and you can deduce the function of the protein. So this is much more acceptable what the result you will obtain from here. So there are certain other techniques also for this, for the prediction of a protein structure. So sequence similarity using BLAST and FASTA, structure based similarity, protein iteration approach, network of physical iterations. So these are the common methods available for the. So today we will discuss about, in this lecture we will discuss about sequence based and structure based. So sequence based, what is happened? Proteins of similar sequence are usually homologous. What does the meaning of saying is, suppose this is a family and there are 30 species are available, and you isolate the or sequence the structure of all 30 species, okay, like that 30 species you have done. So you can see here, this is the part which is highly conserved, means it is present in all the sequence, okay. There are somewhat more information you can retrieve, but in this case here this part is highly conserved. So suppose this is the unknown one and these are the known one, okay. So you can clearly say that the function of this part most probably, but not always, but most probably it will be the same what this sequence are these sequences are possessing, okay. So this is a sequence based similarity and thus have a similar function. Hence proteins in a newly sequenced genome are routinely annotated means identified using the sequence of similar protein in related genome. However, closely related proteins do not always share the same function, okay. That's what I was saying in the last part of closely related proteins do not always share the same function. It means always these things you will, if you will suppose that always it will happen, no, that is never be true, because that is the beauty of biology. Like if you are saying this is and you are saying it will become as a cat, and if this is, you will not, can say this is also a cat, it is always not true, it might be a rat. So this is because what does it contains, क्योंकि suppose there is, as I told you before, suppose here it is a alanine, here is R is a arginine, G is a glycine. So the function of alanine is most probably is also dependent on this arginine and glycine, okay. So and suppose here is a and this is because it's serine and histidine. So the function of this a might get vary, what is the presence of, so because of this the function might be vary. So that's why it is not always share the same function, okay. Now we will discuss about the structure similarity. The three-dimensional structure is generally more well conserved. As I told you before, it is most well conserved than protein sequence. A structure similarity is a good indicator of similar function in two or more proteins. Many programs have been developed to screen an unknown protein structure against the protein data bank and report similar structure. So how this occur, how this happen? Suppose you have identified a new protein and you do not have the structure for this, then how you will go for it? There are certain techniques we have discussed. There is a homology modeling, there is a threading, and there is a ab initio. These three methods are there. By using, you can build the structure of this protein. Once the structure of this protein has been built, you can go to the PDB database and this is the structure of your protein, and you can retrieve the structure from this PDB database, okay. If it is available, then only you can retrieve. So this is the one, you can say it is a limitation. If sequence structures are not available, you cannot do that, okay. So you identify, and this structure which you will download from PDB, it is either it is a X-ray crystallography made or NMR based. So they are confirmed structure. So once you will be having the structure, so this is the structure of your protein which you have identified, and you are going to compare with the structures which you have downloaded from the PDB database. So these are kind of certain structures you have downloaded from the PDB database. So once the structure has been downloaded, you just compare it. There is so many tools are there, like you can go for the Chimera, Swiss PDB viewer, and there is a so many structures are available, tools are available, sorry, tools are available for the structure alignment. When you will go for the structure alignment, and if I'll talk about the method, then DALI is the best method. Dynamic alignment based method algorithm it is. DALI, SSAP, combinatorial minimization. So these are the most generally common methods which are used for the similarity. So once suppose in the structure there is a region like this, so you can say ki this protein and are having similarity with, this protein are having the similarity with all the 4-1. So you can reduce that. If this is functioning as a catalase, so this will also function as a catalase. So this is the method of the prediction of a function of a protein. The further methods we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.